Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart at Kelly in Vegas on all of your social channels. And today I'm joined by my good friend, Jeff Petch. You guys may know him on social media as Mad Russian NFL, but you definitely know him as the guy who tied for first place, $325,000 in the Circa Million 3, 63 and 27, a 70% record and the highest all-time contest record to date because he lost via tiebreaker. We're going to get to that at the end. But in that same year, he took 7th place in the Westgate Super Contest with a 66% record. 2020, he placed in the top 15 Circa Millions 2 with a 63% record. And last year, he texted me and said, "Do you know Matt Humans?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Are you going to do this Friday Football Invitational on VSiN? How do I get in?" And I said, "You know what, Jeff? I'll send that text for you." And guess what he did? He came in and he embarrassed me. I was out very late in the season, but Jeff won that coveted green jacket he's wearing right now. His lifetime record in the Circa Millions contest, 215, 129, and 11. That is 62%. Jeff, welcome to WagerTalk.com.
Oh, Kelly, thank you. That was such an amazing introduction. I appreciate it so much. I just want to start by saying this, to me, without a doubt, is like a dream come true. To be a part of WagerTalk and your company and Johnny and all the boys and all the people behind that support this company, it's just amazing. And I can't even get to tell you how excited I am. You bring out the green jacket, Kelly. When I sat down with this thing, I swear to you, I'm about 2 Miller Lights away from this bottom button here, taking out my TV screen. So if that happens, I'll be back in touch with you. No, but
just a little insight into how absolutely hilarious Jeff is. If you did not hear him on VSiN last year, he is a riot. So we're going to have so much fun. We're going to be doing an NFL show all football season long. But I had to introduce him to you guys before then. So Jeff, can you get us started? A little background history on how you got to come to be.
Yeah, so honestly, on a serious note, Kelly, I've been watching this league literally since I was like knee-high to a grasshopper. I remember when I was a little kid and my dad, God bless his soul, he worked at Kellogg's in the factory. He used to bring home parlay cards. I know you maybe remember, maybe you're too young to know that, but they used to have these old school parlay cards back in the day. They used to run through the factories. He used to bring them home. I used to circle my, 2 to 10 teamer, give them $1 or $5 that I had. And that was plenty of action for me at that time in my life. But I can tell you, it didn't take long. I think it was about 15. I ended up getting my own bookie, and it was Katie bar the door from there. But
oh boy,
15. Yeah, 15. Couldn't even drive to go pay him, for crying out loud. So, but I grew up in Michigan. I was a huge, Lions fan, and I sit here and I say huge, right? But then I remember there were several times where they always play on Thanksgiving, as we know, and I'd be around my whole family, nieces, aunts, uncles, you name it. And I'd be sitting there cheering on the Lions, kind of, it would obviously be fake. Nobody could tell, as I laid some big action going against them on the other side.
Oh, Thanksgiving action. I have ruined some family Thanksgivings. I can rest assured you have done the same. All right, one of the things about what you're doing for us at WagerTalk is that you're going to be exclusively NFL. Tell me why, and if I were to buy your package, or anybody else out there to buy your package, what should I expect from you?
Yeah. And that's the very first point that I want to make, Kelly, is that exclusively NFL. It's all I do. And you know as well as anybody, Kelly, there's a point at the time of the year where you've got NFL going, you've got college football going, college basketball, NBA, NHL. It's so hard to keep track of all that. I promise you that I will devote all of my time and energy into the NFL. And what am I doing? I'm looking for injuries. I'm looking for weather. I'm looking for coaching styles. I'm looking for strengths and weaknesses and how they can attack their strengths and weaknesses. Does a team travel well? Do they have an identity to travel well? I'll give you a couple examples, like the Ravens and the 49ers. Those teams run the football like crazy, play action pass, so you know they're going to travel well. Chargers coming up this year. I can almost guarantee you Harbaugh will travel well. Why? Because he's going to have an identity. Okay, outside of that, I'm also going to look at bye weeks. I'm going to look at momentum. I'm going to look at revenge games. I'm going to look at, has a team quit on their coach? Is there turmoil in the locker room? I can give you 2 examples that are close to your heart, Kelly. Josh McDaniels, when I bring up his name, it probably ticks you off, right? But when he got canned, when he, everything he did over in Denver, why wouldn't it carry over? Why would it not carry over to the Raiders? When he got canned, I just felt like the boys in the locker room were out to prove that it was him, his ego, that was the problem. So I dropped a bomb on them that very next week, and it was my top play of the week, and they came out and they rolled the Giants 30-6. And then your beloved Russell Wilson, can't say enough great things, I'm sure you can, about him. But when he got benched late in the year, Kelly, you guys are still in the playoff run. He gets benched. Same thing. They're tired of his antics. They're tired of his Madonna BS that he brings to the locker room. And those boys went out and they proved that he was the problem. And they went out and beat and covered the Chargers 16-9. So just getting into what you get with my package, Kelly, basically you're gonna get all my future plays, which I'll have some over-unders that I like. We're going to go over one of those later today. We're going to give it out for free. I'm going to have division winners. If there is some value, if there's some teams that I like, conference champs, and then maybe even a Super Bowl champ if I like something there too as well. On top of that, every week I'm going to have about maybe 3 to 6, and I say NFL sides because I'm like 95% sides. So 3 to 6 NFL sides that I'll have that'll be ranging anywhere from about 3%ers to 4%, and then my top pick being at that 5% play, maybe 1 or 2 of those that I really like for that week.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Jeff mentioned he's going to give you guys out a futures bet. We'll get to that here in a moment. But first, I wanted to give you guys a lovely welcome to WagerTalk Mad Russian NFL. For the entire month of September, you can get his NFL for $99 right now up on his page. No coupon code needed. All right, Jeff, tell me why you like the Rams over 8.5 wins, minus 140.
I bet them last year, and that has nothing to do with this, but last year they were at 6.5, and they soared over that number, as we know. They ended up 10-7, winners of their last 4. We'll get the elephant out of the room right now. Losing Aaron Donald, definitely a big blow. But they had 11 draft picks, Kelly, and I really feel like they addressed it. Their first 2, they went with Jared Verse, and they went with Brandon Fisk. Both of those guys I love. Both of those guys are D linemen. Both of them are out of Florida State, and both of them are best friends. So I think they're going to be something that's really going to help them address that D line. They have a clear cut, without a doubt, top 5 offensive unit. They've got a top 5 head coach. I believe top 3. Some would argue top 3 head coach in the league. I feel like their offensive line on the right side is decent. Left, a little suspect. Center, maybe a little suspect. If they can keep Stafford healthy and upright, I've seen him over the years in Detroit, Kelly. If you give him time, he's going to destroy you. And they can do some serious damage if they can just keep him healthy and upright. A couple games to circle early. Week 1 against Detroit. Talked earlier about red revenge games, right? They played them tough last year in wild card week. They played them real tough. They only lost by 1. Now you're going to give me McVay off a bye. And when I say bye, this is an 8-month bye that he's preparing for this game. I think he's going to have the boys ready. And then you go to week 3. They're at home against San Fran. San Fran might have a little bit of that hangover from the Super Bowl in overtime. We've seen it happen before in the past. Last year with the Eagles, they lost, I think, 5-6, 5-7 to end the season. The year before that, Cincinnati. There's some history behind Super Bowl hangovers after losing that game, and that very well could happen. So the way I look at it, Kelly, is that if they can just win one of those 2 games I just talked about, either at Detroit or at home against San Fran, we're 2-1, 1-2, depending on what we do at Arizona, going into these next 7 games. Kelly, play along with me here, okay? I'm going to read off these next 7 games to you. In your head, kind of go through how many W's you think you give me, okay? Starting with at Chicago, okay? Then we're at home against Green Bay. Then we've got a bye, which we love McVay off a bye. We come back, we're at home now against Vegas. We're at home again against Minnesota. We're on the road at Seattle. We're at home against Miami, and then we're at New England. So to me, with that 7-game stretch, I'm giving us 5. I'm giving us 5 all day. What did you come up with?
I came up with 4, and the reason why is because Those divisional on the road games in the NFC West can be a little difficult, but I just looked. I have a game is essentially a pick 'em, so it's a coin flip. And then I'm a little lower on Green Bay this year, so that one makes sense. I think that they got a lot of love year one with Jordan Love, and albeit they deserved it, I think it's going to be a really, really good season for this Rams team. I mean, I've been deep in college football. I know you've been deep in NFL, but you're right. That Miami game, they're going to be a 1-point favorite at home. They're going to be a 1-point dog at home to the Eagles right after that New England game. They're going to be a favorite at the Saints. And the only big dog they're going to really be is to San Francisco. That's it. They're going to be a touchdown dog at San Francisco. Other than that, we're looking at field goal, coin flip type games. And if they can flip a couple of those way, I think this team could easily win 9 games.
Yeah, I agree, Kelly. I really like it.
All right, Jeff, giving out a futures bet for all of you guys as a welcome gift for him here at WagerTalk.com. Again, the month of September, we want to get Jeff Petch's NFL package, Mad Russian NFL, for just $99. It's up on his page now. No coupon code needed. Make sure you guys are following him on X at Mad Russian NFL. Jeff, I look forward to a very profitable football season with you.
Thanks for having me, Kelly. I so much appreciate you guys. I'm so excited.